Hey, 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 hey. Get my Coke poured. I had to put old vanilla in my cup today because I don't have a vanilla cup. Well, I do, but not one that's cold. So happy Monday, you guys. I've got to, oh, my tablet is dead. Dead, dead. So let me get my phone here so I can see. Oh, Barb, I hate that. Um, is Miss Krista in here? How are you guys? How are you, babe? Let me see. Let me pull myself up here. Oh, I didn't know Randy was still alive. Robbie, hello. How are you, babe? Welcome. How you doing? It's you just don't mind me and my runny nose. I'm telling you what, this runny nose has lasted. I had COVID 3 or 4 weeks ago. Oh my gosh, this well, it's been cool here. Like yesterday was real cool. Hey, Jenny Hansen, good to see you, babe. Good to see you. Yesterday was cool, and Christy, I hear you, girl. I've been trying to do a little cleaning too. I didn't do anything this weekend because it was like rainy and cold. So, and I didn't feel that great, so I didn't do anything. My husband cooked. I mean, he worked all weekend. He still cooked. So, but you know, I appreciate it. That's for sure. That is for sure. But anyway, this runny nose, and it's weird. It's like it comes on at night. Like last night, my Kleenex had fell off my nightstand. I guess my box of Kleenex, and I had to get up, and I just took an Ambien about 30 minutes before that, and I felt like I was just getting ready to fall asleep, and I was like, "Oh no, girl, you got to get up and get you some Kleenexes." Oh, I'm so sorry, babe. I'm so sorry that they've got COVID. I hope their symptoms are, they'll get better, and they're not. It was weird for me. It's like I only felt bad for like a couple of days. Really like felt bad. I mean, I felt bad, but as far as like being real sick, and it was weird. It was like um, my symptoms were more like, I don't know, like strep throat almost. I had some cough. I don't know. I don't know, what what they're calling it. I don't know. I don't know if it's damn flu. They said it was COVID. I took a COVID test and it said positive. Let me see if I can find my other glasses. But what do you guys think about all that stuff they're like been shooting down in the sky? Like I hear yesterday they were saying it was a UFO. Um, I don't get it. Somebody put hey, Barb, I just saw your message. You'll have to call me after when we get off of here. I was watching the trial. I'm like addicted to that Murdoch trial. Can you guys like? I don't like. I like to say innocent. Everybody's innocent until I think he's guilty. I'm sorry. I just think he's guilty. First of all, his his dang the way he's acted has not been, I think, par for the course for how it would be if you found your son. Like I was watching this. I don't know if you guys have watched this, but it's called it's a podcast, but it's the Murdoch Murder podcast, and it is like they went back and they've gotten his the phone calls that he's made through the ones that they've released anyway. But he is like wow, wow, like he's something else, man. He most definitely likes being in control. Ain't no doubt about that. He likes being in control, and I think he too is like really. I think he's got people buffaloed, like the people in his they were saying how he's kind of got him under his spell. And the women's voice, I'm gonna put, yeah, guilty. I think so too, Robbie. And I was listening to on this podcast, and I think it's gosh, I just love this girl's voice. It's her and her husband. Um, Let me see real quick. I love her voice. I could listen to her. But she was saying, and I was listening to this morning that um, whenever they were giving their oh yeah, whenever they were giving their opening arguments or whatever, but this is before when they were trying to get the judge to say they can go to trial. Um, I was listening to him, the guy that's on the process. Let me see. So is it the prosecution? The one that's the state? It's the one that's coming against him, not his side. Okay, let's see. It is Murdoch Murders podcast. I'm gonna put a link in the bottom if you guys haven't ever. Her voice, her and her husband and another girl do this, and they are really. She's been doing it for 3 or 4 years. Hey, the real angel girl one. Hey, Miss Ann. They've been do. She's been following this for like 4 years, and man, what an abuse of power, you guys. These I knew about the couple of clients, but I watched one yesterday. I was been watching her. It was these two young girls. Their mom, they were in a car accident. Their mom and her brother, their brother got killed. And man, listening to their story, they tell their story on there, and it is like so sad. And I don't know that they'll ever get their money back. You know what I mean? It's just so it's crazy, man. It's crazy that I'm gonna tell you, I'm from a small town. I so get it. It's not what you know, it's who you know, and that is the truth. Like there's an attorney, last name from where I was from, and anybody and everybody wanted this guy. He had the clout, he had the power, and he was all about the town that we were from. He was all about keeping it like it was and all that. But I know my brother said that he got called for jury duty, and he got a personal phone call uh before it started with the lawyer telling him how he needs him to go and stuff, and he said, man, I just can't do that. I'll be on the jury and everything, but I can't. I'm gonna go with the way that I feel, and he got all upset at him and ended up causing him a little grief, like really that's how it is. It's sad, but that's how it is, and it pisses me off. It just makes me so mad. I tell people all the time, it just makes me so mad, this small town bullshit, how they can do people and get away with it. It's just wrong. You know what I mean? And innocent people get hurt. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer almost. It's like they keep, good people down, and it's just not right, man. It's not right. And that's whenever I moved away, I was I was so like I'm so glad that I did, because I was able to, I don't know, see, when I lived in up north and in bigger cities and stuff, it was like, my neighbors, we knew each other because we waited, but as far as they didn't know my business, they wasn't all of it. Where I'm from, everybody knows your business and then some, and if they don't know it, they're gonna say they do. But it's just I hate that. I mean, a small town is great for a lot of things, but just about everyone I know is like that. And I was just talking to somebody this morning about churches. The church that uh, I was raised Methodist, but I'm Baptist now. But not a whole lot of difference in the religion. But anyway, I just remember how all small town, this churches and stuff, there's always a couple people that think that they run the dang place. You know what I mean? They want to be the ones in charge. They want to be the ones that make all the calls. And, I hate that. I hate that. It shouldn't be like that. Uh, yeah. I mean, and whenever you get exposed to like the way things are supposed to run. And I know there's some crooked crap going on in bigger cities, but you just don't feel it and know it like you do in a smaller town. You know what I mean? Everybody knows. Like I was live the other day when I was up at my mom's, and a cop car rode down the road, and I was like, wow. I mean, you never see cops out in that area, and if you do, there used to be down the road from where I lived. This was when we were growing up. Uh, I hear you, Robbie. I hear you. I know that's why I moved away, because I wanted to live my life, and I didn't want my mom and dad to be embarrassed and be ridiculed about, worrying about what the neighbors thought or whatever. Because I don't like, that's what I think about the neighbors. Uh, I mean, really. So I moved away and I lived my life and lived in sin and whatever, my like not getting married, and just live my life. And I'm so like thankful and grateful that I did. I think that I'm well rounded, and I think I encourage everybody to do it. You need to just to get exposed to different cultures, if nothing else. But I keep saying I'm gonna do the story, but there's a story that's going on right now in my small town, and they've had the second peaceful protest. Moonchild Pink, how are you, babe? They've had the second peaceful protest, and this young black man got killed, and It's just crazy. I was reading up on some stuff today, but I don't have quite enough. I wanted to have my facts straight before I do it, But I hate to say that, I've got family that's not involved, but is, they are in law enforcement, and law enforcement are really being looked down on this particular case and another one that's going on in Jackson. And it just like pisses me off because, I don't know if this was a hate crime or what, but it makes me be embarrassed. I'm embarrassed to be a white person. I'm just being honest. I mean, it makes me feel embarrassed to know that we are in the year 2023 and shit like that's still happening. I mean, you guys, we should be way past that, and nobody deserves to be ostracized or made to feel less than because of the color of their skin. I mean, we all bleed the same color blood, and it's just not right. I just don't agree with it. And if it was a hate crime, I hope that they prosecute whoever was involved to the fullest extent of the law. And I'm right there with it. The only thing that made this last protest a little, like, they had one in December and they had one whenever I was up there. And the only thing that made this one a little like that for me was the fact that, I guess Mississippi's open, open carry or whatever for weapons or whatever. And the first time they come, they did it on the back street, but this time it was like down the main street of town. And I mean, it was, look, they said they had every state trooper, National Guard, everybody, all hands on, uh, monitoring, because the NAACP showed up and they did, their speeches and stuff. And then the Black Lives Matter showed up, and a bunch of people showed up, and they were carrying, like, some of the people up there demonstrating had um, machine guns, AKs or whatever they're called, on them, strapped on them. And I guess it was very touchy. Now everything it went around fine. That, there was no no shootings or anything like that. It stayed somewhat peaceful, I guess. But I don't blame the family. I don't blame the family for wanting to know. I mean, my God, I don't blame the family. Who wouldn't want to know the truth? So anywho, but I don't know if you guys have followed up Creek Squad all the way here. I love me some Ryan Upchurch, and I started liking him before the Kylie Rodney case. I think that he kind of come out when that was going on, the Kylie Rodney. That's when he really, like, got in a lot of people's bad ways because the things he said. But you guys, I've got to say, the longer time has went on, and when you look at that case, there was some fishy crap going. I'm sorry. He brought a lot of good points. I don't care how you feel about him. He raised a lot of good points, and I don't know what to think about that case. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what to think. I know that the family didn't act like, it was just, that was a strange story. A really and truthfully strange story. And I don't even know what to think about it. I really don't know what to think. But anyway, I know a lot of people, he kind of rubbed people the wrong way. They thought he was like conspiracy and all that. And so anyway, but I liked it before that. But this stuff with his mom is really like breaking my heart. Like, I want to be his mom. I want to go say, dude, I will be your mom. I mean, it breaks my, I could, it just like, shame on her. Shame on her. Even if she's not guilty of everything that's been said. And I'm not saying this because I like him, but I honestly believe that, first of all, I don't think that, yes, it is very mysterious. I don't think that he would say the things that he has said. Hey, Zena with Fire. Um, Back to you too, babe. Smudges and prayers. I don't think he would say the things he has said about his mom, because I mean, he, like, has been a mama's boy if they had not been true. You know what I mean? And I've, like, the whole Gobble, that dude that's been after him, Gobble, whatever his name is. I mean, she come to find out she's been giving him money, was paying him behind the scenes. And I don't think Ryan would have said about the two. So he has said that he's found out that she's bought two homes that he didn't even know with his money, and he didn't even know it until, like, all this stuff started coming to light. But, guy, I've watched so many of his videos and stuff, but I think deep down inside, he's a good kid, man. To be 30 years old, he's got a good head on his shoulder. He's very giving, not just to his family, but to other people. To me, that just, I don't know. he's just very giving, and um hadn't forgot where he come from, and is not going to forget where he came from. You know what I mean? But so anyway, so she's released a couple of videos, but she did another one. I think it was late last night or early this morning, and so we're gonna react to it. I'm gonna play it here, but let me pull it up here. If you guys doing good though, I hope y'all are doing good. I hope it's a beautiful day where you are from, and I don't even know what to say also about the whole flavor and the all that shit, man. I just think that you know it's a shame that people can't be here. Come to this community and just be real. Be real, be authentic. Don't be shady. You know what I mean? Don't be screenshotting crap. I mean, just come and be real, be yourself. But people are shit stirrers, man. It blows my mind how people are shit stirrers. Uh yeah, Barb, I know I've heard that too, but I've also heard that she had a drug problem in the past. I don't know how true that is, but I've seen several different articles where they've said that she's had a drug problem. I think he smokes weed, and I mean, I think that maybe he may have, done acid or whatever. I don't know, but as far as like when I see him, in the videos he makes, a lot of people tap into the whole psychedelic crap for their, artistic to write and stuff. So I'm not knocking him on that. I'm not knocking him on smoking weed. I'm not knocking him if he even does drugs. I mean, I don't think that he does. Absolutely, lick the damn spoon, baby. You ain't lying. But for her to come public though and say the things that she has said and to do the stuff that she's done, man, how skeezy is that? Hello, Marie. Welcome. Hey, Keister Bunny. I love your name. And you're very pretty. I like your little rabbit ears. But for her to even like bring it on the platform and to even down him at any way. I mean, this first of all should not have been brought. So I saw this article where he said that he is living. He's like doing a documentary on his life. Sassy Purple 18. Help. He reacted to our video last night. I know it broke my heart too. It did mine too, Sassy Purple. I thought about reacting to that one, but it just like broke my heart. But I don't think that he would be bringing the music and being able to like. I mean, you guys, he has not went with any label. He has done all this by himself, and stayed independent, and he's doing something right. You know what I mean? Okay, too many people playing games. You ain't lying about that, Barb. Lying, stirring up trouble. Absolutely. Uh, I think he's a great person too, Zena with fire. Uh, but Barb, it really like pisses me off that. Well, first of all, I think that, and I'm just gonna put this out here. Sloppy Molly brought the Amber Channel, Flava, Devious, and Snozberry, or whatever name. All of them come from the Marvon Facebook group. They all come into this community through that, and they went to Michelle. However, they branched out, but they always thanks to Sloppy Molly. But this is what I'm saying. It ain't just her. I just if I can throw that bitch on the bus, I'm going to. But first of all, they were welcomed in. I felt like into this community way too quickly and without paying any dues. Sorry, I just felt like they were taken under people's wings. They were kind of shoved in people's faces. Like, you need to like her. This we're gonna like that. We're gonna embrace them. Uh, really? I mean, nobody really knew that much about them, and obviously they weren't trustworthy. You know what I mean? Look, I side-eyed all of them. Didn't like the Amber Channel from the start. She's yet to apologize. She speaks to me when she sees me in chat, and I appreciate that. But she she did let me go on her panel, but she had me. She was reacting to one of my videos, and I went in and said, "Hey, do you want to know the truth?" And hey, curious, absolutely trusted too quickly. I didn't pay their dues. They walked in and act like they started channels up just like that, and like everybody was supposed to be goo goo gaga over their ass. Sorry, nobody. They come in too quick. No, no, you can't. And this, the community was already going through. You know what I mean? It was already had not bounced back from the whole Diane crowd. I don't either. I don't either. I don't know how they keep the channels either. I really don't know. Uh, it's just shit stirs, man. Just shit stirs. But I think that they should have at least had to, hang out in the bushes for a while and watch, they probably, if you want to know the truth about it, they probably would have gotten bored and left and not even stuck around. Honestly, I don't do the Facebook group stuff. I don't do that. I hear you, Ann. I hear you, and it puts the subscribers and people in a very bad predicament. You know what I mean? Look, I've got my own issues with Bombshell. I don't hate her. I don't, I've got an issue, personal issue with her, but I'm happy for her. Hey, Mystical Magnolias, I'm happy for her that she's doing good, but I think that she has been done wrong by that group of people. I do. I think that she was done wrong, and people like picked on her. She was bullied, and even though I have my differences with her, I don't think anybody should be done like that. You know what I mean? And then MGL wants to give her wants to sit up there and give her a PSA for the DC. Screw you, bitch. I mean, you're the reason all these people people come in here, I mean, it's ridiculous. But anyway, Amber was talking a little smack. Anyway, she did give me the platform the next day to let me get up there and say what, but she's never, she took Molly's side. Basically, she sided with Molly, and kind of talk crap about me, and let her chat tear me up. They were so ugly and vile and nasty, girl. They were saying like, talking about my bush, talking about those pictures. I mean, really, really being ugly, ugly, ugly. And she let her chat tear me up from one side and down the other. So I lost all respect for her. And I've seen her around and talk, seen her and she speaks to me, and I speak back. But it would be nice if she apologized. Not that I think that it would be sincere, but it doesn't matter. It is what it is. But Alicia told me today that she's done. You know what I mean? She's not gonna. And I don't blame her. You know what I mean? I don't blame her. It wasn't right, because it wasn't right what she did. She could have showed that Flava was being sneaky without taking screenshots of her Discord. That's why, you guys, I don't know, the ones of you who are in Discord, I'm in a couple. I don't go in, but I've like been invited, and I went in for whatever reason I was going in. But as far as going in every day and chatting and looking and stuff, I don't do that. I don't do that because it's nothing but a bunch of, to me, it's just I've heard ever since Discord come out, it has been nothing but backstabbing. It's like a breeding place for the devil. You know what I mean? It's like people go in there trying to be shady and sneaky because it's kind of behind the scenes a little bit. That's just all I've seen. You know what I mean? Nothing good has come out of it. I haven't seen anything good come out of a Discord. Plus, I don't have time for it. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna present. Go over here and pull that up. Bear with me. Okay.
Hey, oh, everybody's been wondering what's been going on. My gloves are off now. My gloves are off now.
And she's so pretty. I think his mom is so pretty and like youthful, and it's a shame. It really is.
In this, I don't care if I have to drag it out for the next 5 years in court. I will.
Oh, thank
to
you,
prove
Bunny.
that all the slanderous things my son has been saying about me are exactly that. It's effing slander. Now I am standing up for my other 3 sons who have written music for him, who he has gifted things, and he's trying to take them back because that's what he does. That's what he does. He gives you something. As soon as you don't do something he likes or you don't go along with him, he takes everything back, or at least he tries to. I am the 100% owner of Blue Moon Entertainment. I have Arnie. He lies. He stands in front of houses that we don't know they belong to. The police gets called, and he swears he owns the house that I bought. House did it to somebody. It was all a lie. And tell him that he can't address it that way and that he can't come back. Me, Ryan, and Brandon were all business partners. But now they're mad at me and they're cutting me out and trying to say that everything that I've done is fraudulent. Blue Moon solely belongs to me. Brandon wrote checks out of it.
I don't know who Brandon is, but I think from what I heard last night, well, here's Ryan's. Let's just watch his. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm going to stop sharing this. Let me go back to my, hopefully I didn't screw things up. We're going to go to Ryan's because it was, Oh, hold on a second. Ooh, okay, hold on. Bear with me. Okay. Okay, let me. I'll rewind it. Okay. This is him reacting to his mom's. Let me go back and see. Screw my friend. Leave it to me. Okay, hold on, you guys. That's weird. That is buffering. Okay. Okay. Bless it. You can tell he just like hates that he's having to even do this, defend himself.
Well, I tried to go have vacation.
Okay, I'm ready to speak about it. Everybody's been wondering what's been going on.
I don't know, Curious. I don't know.
My gloves are off now. My gloves are off now. And this, I don't care. If I have to
Well,
drag
hang
it
in
out for the
here. It
next
won't be
5
long,
years in
Mystical.
court, I will.
I need a fucking bunk bed in the courtroom.
To prove that all the slanderous things my son has been saying about me are exactly that. It's effing slander. Now I am standing up for my other 3 sons who have written music for him.
Well, damn. The thing I'm most proud of, writing all my own songs. You know they didn't write no songs. Why would you lie about that?
I don't believe
Because
they
I know
wrote
they're not
songs.
going to stand
I think he
behind
wrote his
that.
own music.
And if they do stand behind you and lie about that, well, then they're stupid as well. I don't think they are. But if they are, well, I'll disown them as well.
Who he has gifted things and he's trying to take them back.
When have you ever heard about me giving something to somebody and being like, oh, no, give me that back? I'm an Indian giver.
Because that's what he does.
I'd love to see that somewhere.
That's what he does. He gives you something. As soon as you don't do something he likes or you don't go along with him, he takes everything back, or at least he tries to.
Well, that changed drastically really fast. Do I take people's stuff or do I just try to? Those are like the opposite.
I am the 100% owner of
Hey,
Blue
Ramblin'
Moon
Mom.
Entertainment. I have proof of it.
Yes, you are a part of Blue Moon because it's a company that we created within our family. Yeah. It was the booking company to book Ryan Upchurch for shows. What other money was made through Blue Moon besides?
Curious. I saw him talk about. He has said several times that he is like doing his own like documentary, and instead of it being people watching something after he dies, he wants people to see what it's been like for him throughout the whole process. You know, being not signing with a label, being an independent artist, and all that. The you know how mainstream has tried to keep him down and all that. So he's kind of like documenting his life, and he says, you know, I thought about not putting this out, but it's part of the journey, you know. And so I mean, it's been going on for months, you know, several months, and I think it was going on several months before it ever come. You could tell by some of his videos and things that he come out and said that there was like issues. You know what I mean? But and then his mom, whenever, I don't know if y'all remember, she had like a health scare. I think that was like it had already began whenever that happened. So I don't know if it's for publicity or, I mean, I couldn't imagine. Frankly, I wouldn't want to put my personal business out here like that. But you can't ever tell people do stranger things,
With me. Yes. And the money goes into the booking company and everyone gets paid. You just don't get to take what you want out of it. It's a company.
I have got an attorney.
Well, yeah, of course you have an attorney. Everyone has an attorney that comes up against me. I'm worth like $20 million. Attorneys will crawl out of the fucking sewers. No pun intended on the sewer thing, since I've been sued a lot. But look at my court cases. They speak for themselves.
He lies. He stands in front of houses that we don't know who the hell they belong to.
Paperwork to houses say who they go to.
The police gets called.
I disagree.
And he
Texas
swears he
Tiffany,
owns the
welcome,
house.
By the way.
No.
Welcome, by the way. No, I don't think that he's a hot mess. I think maybe his feelings, as far as his feelings go. I mean, guys, it's got to be crappy that your own mom, that gave birth to you. I mean, it happens in other families and stuff. But I don't know. I don't know, Texas Tiffany. I'd love to hear your, why you think that. I'd love to listen to that.
We were just checking because there was a house that had a prior document that had my name on it, and then it was in someone else's name. So we were checking what that was about. We found out. The people inside the home, when we knocked on the door, they're the ones that told us to come back 20 minutes later. We did. What else do you want to know?
That I bought the house and gifted it to somebody. It was all a lie.
It wasn't a lie or a truth. We were just looking at documents and politely knocking on doors, saying, "Hey, do you know why my name is on this?" Oh, it's because...
Yes, it does, Miss Ann. It goes on every day. You're right.
That doesn't sound fierce at all. Do you know why? Because it ain't.
The police had to show up and tell him that he can't address it that way and that he can't come back.
Well, yeah, the police did tell me not to come back because I had no reason to be there. After I found out what I needed to, there's no reason for me to be there. So he said, yeah, don't come back. Why you acting like I was being like super rowdy? There's body cam footage, dude. I'm sure somebody could be like, hey, can I see the body cam footage? Or some shit. I don't know. Get a warrant to see the body. There's ways to look at the footage, woman. I'm literally sitting in my truck playing a fucking skateboard game.
Me, Ryan, and Brandon were all business partners. Business partners.
Really? And what part of the business did you do? Not anything that I told you to do, like taxes, finances, land taxes, greenbelt taxes. So what did you do? I would love to know.
But now they're mad at me and they're cutting me out.
I mean, I don't know about him, but I am. I mean, when I'm told my taxes are being done for years and years and years and they're never done, appointments were made for you to go and you didn't show up to any appointments. At least that's what the tax place is telling me. I mean, and the taxes ain't done. So, looks like a zebra, walks like a zebra is probably a motherfucking zebra, right? But thank God for Brandon because now all my shit's good. And it's all getting done like it's supposed to.
Trying to say that everything that I've done is fraudulent.
I wouldn't say everything, but a few things. Yep.
Blue Moon solely belongs to me. Brandon wrote checks out of it because I allowed him to be administrator on it. So they can't act like they didn't know it didn't exist.
Well, yeah, every artist is aware of what booking company books their shows. Doesn't mean you have to be aware of all the money that's unrightfully coming out of it.
It was put in place to protect him from himself.
What the fuck does that mean? Okay, hold on. So you're saying the booking company was put in place to save me from myself? No, the booking company is there just to book my shows. What? Oh, Lord.
And now I got to protect myself and my sons.
Now you got to protect yourself from what? A minute ago, you were protecting me, from the booking company that only, books me. And now you're trying to save you from me. I'm not doing nothing to you. What are you talking about? If your problem is with me and I'm ignoring you.
My dad would tear our asses up, you guys. Let me just say that.
This don't make sense, man.
This was
to protect him because he can't stop bullying people online long enough to fucking have a clear thought.
Is that what it is? Sure, why not?
I can't go anywhere. I am done crying. Now I'm effing mad.
What are you mad for? I've been in Gatlinburg playing Pac-Man machines.
And I'm just going to say this. I'll tell y'all that whenever.
I am very sorry for everybody who Ryan Upchurch has bullied online.
This is the part that really pissed me off.
Talk to me like you never met me before. That looks real normal.
I am so sorry, Katie, even though what you did was shady and not nice. You weren't there for the right reasons. But I still don't think you deserve to get what you got online and are still getting today.
You're unbelievable. I cannot believe what the fuck I'm hearing out of your fucking mouth. You're saying sorry to Katie Noel for a few comments of people saying, hey, you fucking suck. Because why? Because Katie tried to say I sexually assaulted her, fool.
Yeah, that's jacked up. That
you can't falsely accuse people of shit like that. But no, you're sorry that people's telling her she sucks, but her music sucks. Wow.
Nicole Arbor, I don't know what happened with you guys in the studio. He makes a lot of promises, but as soon as he's pissed, he takes those promises back.
Excuse me, what? You do know that woman told the fucking TBI that I buried people in my front yard and killed people, right? You're backing up the person who told the TBI in a whole courtroom that me and my friends murder people and buried them in the front yard at Ghost Ranch.
That's crazy.
What in the fuck is wrong with you?
So I apologize for what my son has done to you.
Oh yeah, horrible me, right? Fuck you, Ryan. How dare you rush this woman to the hospital and get her checked out because she thinks she was roofied. Man, you're such a horrible son, you are.
Zana May, I am sorry for what he's done to you.
God damn.
And that's
because I know what it's like to be bullied now. I couldn't even go to the grocery store.
I call bullshit.
And Kylie Rodney's family, I am very sorry.
Man, you're doing a good job at telling all these trending internet situations. Sorry. Makes sense if you want to, destroy me. Yeah, let me go through and pick out every conflict he got in that I know he didn't start. I'm gonna name all those people and be like, I'm sorry to all y'all. Also, you're wonderful.
I don't know what the hell is wrong with him.
Yeah, something's terribly wrong with me. It's a tragedy.
Also, sorry, Chase Matthews.
Oh, no. Can't leave out him. Yeah, no, get back here, you little holler boy. It's a very weird thing to watch. But hey, I'm here for it.
Because I'm in the same boat you are now. Everybody is harassing me out in public. I can't go anywhere. All because he's so mad that you made a decision that he didn't want you to make.
Well, that sounds kind of gay. And plus, that's not true. I think everyone who's watching this read the articles and seen all the videos.
Hey, Blank Slate.
I've showed everybody why I was mad. It was because I said, hey, Chase going mainstream was Ryan Upchurch's idea.
No, you're right, Senator Fire.
So, me being against mainstream, I was like, hey, asshole, that's not my idea.
Okay,
Fuck you for saying it. And that's all.
And I said it to him, and I'll say it, and I said it to his guards, and I've said it to other people. If anything happens to me, it is either one of his followers behind it or one of his people that's closest to him.
Are you implying that I'm going to kill you? What the fuck? Why would you say that?
I'm sick of being bullied. I'm sick of people wiping their fucking feet on me.
Where are all these people doing all these imaginary things you're talking about?
when I've done nothing but try to protect him from himself.
You've got to stop saying that, dude. It sounds creepy because, I mean, you're not.
Hey,
Plus, I'm
Lotus
30.
Flowers.
I can take care of myself, dude.
Okay.
You got to stop saying weird shit. Stop.
You know, I think you guys, honestly, I think no matter what, she's the mom. And yeah, he's an adult and he's 30 years old, but no matter what, she should be the more mature and not come back tit for tat. Even if he is coming on here and saying stuff, which I don't think he would ever, I really don't think he would ever have said her name or whatever had she not done live. I really don't. But even though, you know, to me, she would get, if what she's saying is true and he is delusional, let's just say, you know, and he's not, you know, thinking like, and she, all the stuff that she's saying is true. To me, she would come closer to building her point and convincing people if she would tighten it up. But her coming on here and doing tit for tat, I think that she's wrong for that. I'm not saying that he's right, but first of all, this is not the place for it. But her as the mom, I expect more out of her. I really do. I get it. Even if they are talking about her, I could just put myself, if it was my mom would give two shits about the internet. You know what I mean? She would not care about it. She would just be like, I'm going to do what's right. I'm going to, you know, try to save my son or whatever she is proclaiming. But I think that it's her job as the mom to keep her mouth shut and not go back, because all this does is just like fuel the fire. It's like a pissing match. You know what I mean? One up in one another. And I mean, I personally think that you can see the hurt in his face and his voice. I mean, and her too. I'm not saying she's not hurt too, but I most definitely think that there is some truth on both sides. Let me just say that. It's almost over.
You ain't got to protect me. You're not protecting me. I mean, I know it sounds good, but that's just not true. Taking money that I've earned to buy other people's houses and then signing the houses over into other people's names is not trying to protect me. In no way, shape, or form does anybody watching this think, oh, yep, that's definitely protecting.
Hey, Jenna
No.
Moon.
What the fuck?
I've missed your face.
You can't help somebody with that thinks like that.
Things like what? Like what?
What he is doing to people is dangerous.
Will somebody please tell me what it is I'm doing? Please. Because I sure as fuck don't know. Besides work.
And I don't agree with her calling cult, you know, all the Creek Squad a cult and all that stuff. These are his followers. I mean, he's not with mainstream media. You know what I mean? He didn't sign. So this is his following. This is how he sells his records, how he promotes himself, is through his following, because he doesn't have a record label doing it for him. You know what I mean? So for her to go hard on the people that follow him and call them cults and stuff like that, really? Okay, so you wasn't saying that whenever he was on at concert and had you up on stage and y'all were singing together. And, you know, you wasn't saying that then, you know? So I just think that was a low blow for her to go. You know what I mean?
Because the following that he has, somebody's going to want a white knight for somebody.
Want a what?
You know what I'm saying? They're going to want to run in and be the hero and like off, you know, Upchurch's mom, or off, you know, oh my God, what's her name? Nicole Arbor, or like kick Jace Matthews' ass out in public just because their leader said so.
Nobody gives a shit about what any of those people.
And I don't think he would ever tell his followers.
This is what we're dealing with. This is dangerous behavior, and I'm done sitting down.
Babe.
What? Where's all this danger at? Please, just point me in the direction of all this danger.
I am done. I'm done. So there's my statement, y'all. I'm ready, and I will be in court for the next 10 years. I do not care.
I mean, I think he's hurt to the core. Yeah, she definitely. I agree with you, Jenna.
In afterlife. That does some shit. Appreciate it, Mom.
Wow.
Because nobody's running over me anymore. I am sick of it. I have been deprived of sleep because of this narcissistic behavior. I get good sleep now.
You ain't getting no sleep because you can't get off the cell phone. Put the damn cell phone down, you get some sleep.
Mhm.
Good God.
I can finally sleep for the first time since all this shit has happened. And actually, it goes back even before because this is not new behavior. It's just new behavior with more money and cult following. You have humiliated me online. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm dead online. You may as well have posted a fucking sex tape of me because I don't care anymore.
Hey, babe. Sex tape. It was like not what I wanted to hear.
I don't even know what to say to that. That is not something you say to your son.
Wow. Wow.
You can post whatever you want because everything that you've already done, it can't be taken back. And that goes for every family who has had to endure this bullshit from my son.
Wow. So I think, like I said, I think that she, as the mom, should have took. Hey, babe. I'm a. Oh, babe. Oh, you stinker butt. It's not Valentine's Day. It's not till tomorrow.
Valentine's Day.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry, I didn't want to forget.
Oh, he brought me some roses. Thank you, baby. Very sweet. I wonder what took you so long to get home. I figured you went through the car wash. But very sweet, babe. Thank you. But I definitely think that her as a mom should have took the high road and not said anything back. Even if what he's saying, who cares if her reputation's getting ruined? You know what I mean? Who cares? I mean, I don't know. I just felt like it was her place to not go back and forth, and especially defend the two chicks that he has spent a lot of money in court defending himself against these two, these women. He is awesome. He's awesome. I didn't even think he would remember because to me, it's just a man-made holiday. I don't have, you know what I mean? I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong, but to me, it's not, it is what it is. Yeah, right. She in Solomon pocket the money. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely, Commander. And I agree with you. Even if she's right, even if she's right and about everything that she's saying, this is not the place to come. You know what I mean? It's like if do an intervention. You know what I mean? If it's that bad, if he's that bad of a kid and he's spinning out of control, she's really the only one. He's not married, doesn't have a girlfriend. She should do an intervention. I mean, if it's that bad, then try to get him help. But don't come on here and slander him and talk shit about him. And definitely don't go and spend his money without telling him and, help the old gobble guy, whatever. And they were like looking for ghosts together because she's kind of like, she's, they say that she's a preacher, she's also a preacher, a pastor, but she likes to dabble in the paranormal, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I just think that she could have handled it completely different. And if she was that worried. Yeah, gentlemen, I'm so glad to see you. I come in your live, the first live that you did. I come in and said, hello, stranger. So good to see you. I'm glad you're back. Yeah, when we first got together, because we dated when we were in school and then didn't see each other for over 30 years. But whenever we first got together and saw each other, it was actually Valentine's Day. Did you know that, babe? And so remember, I knew you knew, but it was actually Valentine's Day. And I remember telling him, I said, look, it's just a man-made holiday. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not all about don't get me wrong. I love me some candy, but that's any day, 365 days a year. I don't either. I don't see him come back either from this. This was like pretty, as low as it goes. It is. It's really sad. And my daddy would tear our butts up. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's true. He's a grown man. You know what I mean? And look, if he is spinning out of control, I know she doesn't want to see that as a mom, but no mother wants to see that. You know what I mean? No mother wants to see that. But if he is spinning out of control or whatever, and he's harming then it's himself that it's ultimately going to be seen, and he's the one that's going to pay the price. You know what I mean? You can't. All you can do is give them a good foundation and hope that whenever you send them off, that they, remember the morals and the integrity that they were taught growing up, and hope that they make the right choices in life and that they don't meet somebody that's going to take them down a wrong road, and so that's all you can do is hope for that. And I get worried. I understand you can't help but worry, but this was not the place to do it. You know what I mean? This was like the wrong way to go about fixing that. And I just think that you can see the hurt in his. I mean, that's got to be, man. That's got to be like probably the lowest blow you could take. Honestly, the lowest blow. Have your mom come on here and do this shit. Oh, I know. He said he did one video where he said he had no idea. That's it. That's all you can do. Look, my mom and dad they had us in church. They uh I mean, I was very, very fortunate, very fortunate. My parents stayed together and I had a great childhood. We were, lower middle class. My dad worked and my mom had 4 girls when my dad married her. So, and they were young. So he took on, he married my mom with 4 girls. And that back in the day, in the 60s, that was a lot to take on. That was a big thing. He was making, he started working in the power company and he was making like $1 or something an hour. You know what I mean? He wasn't, so that was a lot to take on. And their dad never paid a penny child support because my mom never asked for it, but he never supported them financially. So my dad actually, growing up, I didn't know if they were my step or my half sisters because they were my sisters. You know what I mean? We didn't use that terminology. That we never said half. They got a different day. That was never said. It was just they were my sisters. You know what I mean? And um, but that was a lot to take on for. And my dad had no education. He didn't finish school. He didn't go through, but like just a few years in school, he didn't. My dad was he could barely write his name. That's why my tattoo means so much to me. Because my dad didn't write very much. His name was about it. I mean, when he got jobs with a power company, luckily back then. This is one of those spots where I said earlier, where being in a small town comes in handy and helps you out. Like there was men that worked on the crew with my dad, and they helped him. They helped him pass his test and get in. You know what I mean? So hey, just Natalie, Lotus Flower. Um, so anyway, that I just think that my dad would have tore our butts up if we had done says if you didn't air stuff like that in public. That's just not the time or place to do it. um, if she is innocent, her consent should be found out. Who's still absolutely, and if he's trying to control, she should be. Yep. And he said in one of his videos that he had no idea how much money he was making. How much money he made. I mean, I think he really she was his manager, and he, as long as he could get his cars or do whatever, I think he was happy. But that crap about, I don't know if you guys saw that he had the one home. Look in your freezer, babe. I got you a Valentine too, a green apple one. But he had was moving his studios or something, and he stored his stuff in this. I guess the house they were living in. I'm not sure how all the details, but she rented that house out to people, and they called and said, "Hey, dude, your stuff is in this house," or whatever, or sold the house to him or something. He said they were good people and let him come up there and get his stuff. Family unit has been torn apart. Your boss? I don't know. I ain't seen it. Family unit has been torn apart. There's times for Sunday dinners with the whole family. Yes. You're right. You're right. Look, we growing up, first of all, we all sit down to eat. My mom had one of those, I don't know what they're called, but it's a triangle. She used to say every time, it never fails, your daddy takes off whenever I got getting ready to put dinner on the table. But we all sat down to eat together, and there was no horseplay at the table. We were, we could talk and stuff, but you didn't cut up and act silly. You know what I mean? That wasn't the place for it. But that's like I don't know that is missing out. So people think that we were crazy if you say that. You go sit down and eat with me. I mean, I have to say it's a bad habit and traits that people have picked up and implement in their life. You know what I mean? Because you find out so much when you break bread with somebody and you sit there and you share a meal and talk about your day. There were 7 of us, and my dad worked hard construction away from home. My mom worked keeping them home. Absolutely, Ann. That's what I said. I have so much more appreciation, you do when you get older. But growing up, I couldn't wait to leave. I mean, I was raised on an 85-acre farm, and we farmed, and I didn't know raviolis and top ramen. I didn't know what that stuff is because my mom, we didn't buy that. If we didn't raise it, and or grow it or raise it, we didn't. I mean, we didn't get it. I mean, we had milk cows, we had chickens. I mean, we uh had cattle. So my mom didn't buy things like that. No, no telephones to the table. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, girl. But so I didn't know what that was. You know what I mean? That kind of food. So it's just so things are so different now. But I have such a great appreciation. Like, man, to me, you can't beat vegetables out of the garden that's been in the even though they're not fresh, if they've been frozen, put in the freezer or canned, there is nothing like it. You know what I mean? Nothing like it. That's good, Zena Fire, that you implement that. That's so good because that's so important. I mean, you learn so much about one another, and it gives you a foundation to go into life and feel like you're connected to something, that your family's behind you. Yeah, and we always said grace. I mean, we would hold hands and say grace, and we would take turns. And it wasn't you didn't say you didn't want to. You did it. You know what I mean? If it was your turn to say grace, you said grace. Now, granted, we said God is great, God is good. Let us thank Him for our food. By His head we are fed. Thank you, day for our daily bread. That was the one we said as children growing up. But as we got older, we were expected to to put some not be so generic with it, to put some different meaning into it. But yeah, we were in church every Wednesday night and every Sunday morning. Church we went to didn't have Sunday evening services, but yeah, I mean, and we did like vacation Bible school, and I don't know, just a different, I don't know, just a whole different way of life, man. That I feel like kids these days are would think that, I mean, they would go crazy probably, but to me it's like, wow, so much better than what it is now. You know what I mean? I do too. I do too. I love canning tomatoes, and I do too, Miss Ann. I love doing that. To me, it's just like, and I'm gonna tell you something. With the way groceries are right now, uh, I wish I had more put up and stuff than what I do. You know what I mean? I can't wait for Mark to retire and us to move up home. So that's what I'm gonna have a big pantry. We're gonna, I mean, put a lot into, and my brother's already preparing. I mean, he's already preparing with his those solar lights and stuff like that. And also my sister and she's gonna start doing that water, I think it's called water glassing your eggs, and you can keep them for like 2 years in a cool, dark place. Uh Raw, but you put lime in the water or whatever. But we're gonna, I mean, start doing that because I'm gonna tell you something. Cost of eggs is crazy. Oh, they are always on their phone. They are. They got it in their hand. My niece and them, their kids can't have their phones until Friday afternoons after school. They don't let them even have it during the week because, they are like, this is, if you talk to them, they don't hear you. I mean, it's, playing games. It's really, technology has changed this world so much. You have to be, Mistress Natalie. You have to be, because I'm going to tell you, uh, some kids, especially the ones in the city or whatever, they don't even know what yes ma'am and no, like, yes ma'am, no sir. They don't even know why you would say something like that, or think you're weird for expecting. I mean, people don't expect their kids to do that anymore, and it's so, man, like, woo. When we went to somebody's house to visit, first of all, if they offered us something to drink or to eat or whatever, we didn't dare take it unless our mom and dad told us that we could. We didn't jump up and run around. I mean, we did not do that. You know what I mean? I remember my ex-husband, he had a friend that come up, and he had a little boy, and he was 7, and Will. And he come in, and they were outside working on a car or something, and I was inside, and I had never met Will before. I'd heard about Will, but I'd never met Will. And Will come in, and he just like, I was on the couch watching TV, and he come in, and he's like, "Hey," and I said, "Hey," I said, "Are you Will?" "Yep." "Not yes, ma'am." "Yep." And he goes right to the refrigerator, opens the refrigerator, and just stands there. And I'm like, what? And I said, "Do you need something?" "Yeah, I'm just looking for something to drink. I'm looking for, I want some ice cream." And then he opens the freezer. And I thought, so I got up and I went in there and I said, "Well, I'll be glad to get you something." So and I said, "What do you say?" He didn't say anything. I said, "Thank you." You know what I mean? It's like, so kids these days, they just don't, they're not even raised like that. They just think, I would never think of going to somebody's house and just doing that crap. You know what I mean? But it, I mean, I get it if you go to somebody's house and you're close with them and they're your friends, moms, and you're comfortable. I get that if you've, but not just right off the cuff. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Stay. You're so right there with Xena with fire. Absolutely. Oh, just now, that's awesome. Manners, man. Yeah, manners. Oh, this is no lie. My niece and nephews, their kids, and I love them. I love them. But they'll be in their vehicle, and their vehicle is like they, have SUVs or whatever. But I'm not kidding you. They'll open something to eat, and pew, on the floor the paper goes. And if they drop the candy, they don't think nothing about it. I want another piece. They think nothing about it. And if I'm there, I know they think I'm crazy, but I stay on them and I won't give them. I said, "Nope, you're not getting it until you pick that up off the floor." "It's not mine." I said, "I don't care whose it is." I said, "Pick it up. It doesn't matter whether it's yours or not. It's going to be picked up before you get what you're getting." I mean, and it doesn't matter in the house. It doesn't matter. It's just like wherever it hits the floor is where it is. And they're doing them a grave misjustice by not teaching them to pick up after themselves and manners. And they're not going to know how to survive. Bunch of nasty ass people. These kids coming up, there's going to be some nasty ass people, you guys. I can take my girls anywhere. They are very well behaved. I always think, oh yeah, and you can tell too. I do too. My boys are in late 20s. They don't even have girlfriends because they're absolutely well, and they're going to have a hard time finding it. That's so sad. You know what I mean? That's so sad. That's why I said you find the good ones and you better grab onto them because they are far and few in between. Mark's boys are, well, they're mine too, but they are so polite. And so, I mean, they're uh, 30. How old are Chris and Trevor? 34. Are you inside? And they're in their 30s, and they don't have girlfriends. They hadn't started. One of them kind of might be dating, but he keeps it on the DL. But they're independent and they're good boys, man. They are like yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, and they're just like. But they're gamers too. They both have jobs, but they're gamers, and that's a whole nother thing, man. Like that's a whole nother dimension of life that my niece, they're married, they have two kids, and her husband works out of town, but he takes a damn flat screen TV and console or whatever, and he interacts. He plays these games, interacts, and he's grown. He's in his, you know what I mean? Um, and whenever he's home, they have issues because he doesn't do anything around the house. I mean, that's all he studies is gaming. I just don't know. Hopefully they'll grow up and figure life out. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, yeah. Like I could play Pac-Man and Mario. Maybe I can play that. I played that, but not hours on hours. I don't know. It's just a different generation. I guess it's just a different generation. We weren't allowed. When we got old enough to go and do things on weekends, we didn't go and do. It was all week. We had to do chores. We had chores, and then on Saturday, if we were doing something on Saturday night, first of all, we were picked up at like 6 or 7 and we were back by 10. That was the curfew. But and there wasn't no driving up blowing the horn. They come in, my mom and dad met them and all that. But we had to clean and do all our chores. And if you know to earn the privilege, and we didn't get no allowance. That was our job for living. You know what I mean? That was that. We did that because that they took care of us, and that's what was teaching us. You know, I mean, if we needed money or needed something, they would give it to us, but we didn't have our hands out thinking we were going to get paid for our chores. They were just a given. You doing that because I gave you life. Yeah, a lot of them game and stuff, and I can't wrap my mind around it. To me, yep. Well, it's important for them to know that they're blessed. You know what I mean? For them to know and realize, like, uh, I remember growing up, I used to say this so much to my mom and dad, but my dad was a child of depression for sure, but he would always tell us at dinner, like the rules were do not put more on your plate than what you can eat. You can have as much as you want, but don't pile your plate up and then leave food on it. Because if you did, you're going to hear my daddy tell you about all the little children in Ethiopia that, and all the orphan children. I mean, you're going to hear that about how they would love to have the food on that plate and how hard I mean, you're going to hear that. And I remember, I remember I used to tell him, I can't help that I wasn't raised and born back then. I can't help it. And this was years ago, you know what I mean? I used to say that, but I get it, man. Now I get it. All right, you guys. Well, I guess I'm gonna get off here and go fix some dinner for my husband and put my flowers in some water, my Valentine flowers in some water or Sprite or whatever. I don't even know if they come with a packet. He bought me, oh yeah, it's got a packet in there. He bought me, I don't know what the holiday was, but it's, let me go grab it real quick and I'll show you guys. I don't know what it's called. My mom's got two green thumbs and I don't. Hold on a second, I'll go grab it. Hey, Poppy. I know, I know. I'll give you some. It's this thing. It's got one thing coming out of the middle, and I don't know anything about it, but I know I've got to put some water in it. It's okay, here's the name of it. A 6-inch bromelade. I guess I'm sure I'm not saying that right, but I don't know anything about it. But I've had one before a long, long time ago, and I remember the person told me I needed to keep water in this on the inside to keep it watered, keep water in it. Well, I did that, and one day I went by and I was knocked, he touched it or whatever, and that thing just fell over. It had rotted because it had too much water in it. Yes. So do they like sun or shade or what? I've had it out on our little patio. Oh, they are. Okay. My sister lives in Florida there, and she goes to Lowe's or home wherever. Okay, see, I overwater, but she those what are they? They're orchids. They're gosh, I can't grow one for nothing, but she'll buy them from like whenever they're almost dead, and she plants. Oh my gosh, she's got a green thumb like my mom, and she can. Those things are beautiful. Patio, okay. So you just put the water on the outside. I need to repot it. That's the pot that comes in, but. Anyway, I'm gonna go fix my husband some dinner. I don't know what it's gonna be, but thank you guys for coming in and hanging out with me. Okay, it's a formative or okay. When it needs okay, so that tells you okay. All right. Well I'll Google what do we do before Google too? You know what I mean? I'll Google that and I'll see what I need to do. Probably for sure put it in a bigger pot. I have they're called okay, so my sister was telling me this weekend they're pine cone ginger, but they're a lily. But people in Hawaii, you can squeeze them, and they put out this uh, shampoo, moisturizer. People in Hawaii, they grow. They're kind of like I guess native from Hawaii, but they're outside in the ground. But I dug up some. They look like ginger. The roots, the bulbs, or whenever I ordered mine, they come from Florida, and they look like somebody dug them up out of their yard. I was like, I ordered my mom one, my mother-in-law one, and me one, and they look like ginger. So anyway, they like cool shades and they reproduce and they are beautiful. They look like a pine cone, but a red pine cone. They're slender. They're different sizes and shapes and stuff, but you can squeeze them and they have like little black seeds in this conditioner. And a lot of people use it for shampoo and conditioner, but my sister was telling me the other day, I took some up to my family's. My sister was telling me that it's just like regular ginger in the grocery store. So I don't know, but All right, you got, yeah, happy Valentine's Day early, everybody. I hope y'all get some sugar at least. But I'll talk to y'all later. I'll be in the streets. Bye.